Hello, I'm Amy from AmyBeingMum. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description box below. In last week's video, I shared with you how to live a minimalist lifestyle when it comes to clothing, specifically how to reduce your clothing to have a more minimalist wardrobe. If you missed last week's video, I will put a link to it in the description box below. Last week we talked about how to reduce our clothing, so now that we have done that, I'm going to talk to you about how I organise my clothing. Okay, so how do I organise my minimalist wardrobe? Well, I'm going to share with you today. Okay, so I have 3 drawers which I use for my clothing, as well as half of the wardrobe which you'll see behind me, and that is all the storage space that I have for clothing. So I'm going to share with you how I organise my clothes within that space. The first thing I'm going to show you is the top drawer of my drawers, and that is my underwear drawer. I wasn't sure if I was going to show you it because I wasn't sure if that was a bit oversharing, but to be honest, it's probably the space that I benefit most from having organised. So I think I am going to share it with you and show you how I organise it. So I'll start off by saying that I use a drawer organiser within my drawer at the moment. It's one that I got from IKEA and it fits inside the drawer. In the past I have used drawer dividers, which are like they slat in together. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but they kind of like slot into each other and they just divide up your drawers. If I can find some links, I'll put them in the description box so that you can go and have a look and see what I'm talking about. To be honest, I think I found those more beneficial than the organiser that I've got at the moment, because you can alter them to the size that you want and make it more sort of tailored to your needs, whereas the organiser that fits inside the drawer that I got from IKEA has set spaces that you have to use, if you know what I mean, so you can't make it into the sizes that you want. So I might end up going back to the drawer dividers, but for the moment I'm using an organiser. And this is a good opportunity to say to you, you don't need to go out and buy specific things for organising. So before I had the drawer dividers, my mum actually gave me some of her old ones, which were like plastic ones, but before that I wanted to be able to divide up my drawers because I thought it would be better for organising, and I just used cardboard and cut them to size and made my own drawer dividers. So work with what you've got, work within your budget. You don't need to go out and buy loads of gimmicky items to organise your things. Work with what you have and make it work for you. When you're about to start organising a space in your home, it's really easy to get excited and go out and buy loads of fun storage solutions, but I would encourage you not to do that. Save your enthusiasm and your energy for actually organising the items, and once you have them organised and you know what you need, then go out and buy things if you want. Okay, so I'm just going to show you my underwear drawer now and explain it all to you about how I organise it all, and here we go. Okay, so this is my top drawer that I'm going to go through with you today. This is the organiser I have. It is just an IKEA compartmentalised organiser, and it just sits inside the drawer. So I have my socks in this compartment here. I just ball them up and they stack upright. When this is full, they all stay upright, but it's a bit empty at the moment because it's washing day. I'm doing lots of laundry today. But yeah, when it's full, they all stay stacked up. In here I have my pants, and they just get folded and stacked vertically, and I can see different colours if I need to wear a particular colour, like black if I'm wearing my leggings and don't want white pants to shine through. So yeah, they get folded and popped in there. Over here I have sports socks and sports bras. In here I have some Spanx to hold my tummy in if I have an event when I'm wearing a tight dress or something. I have a pair of tights. I hardly ever wear tights. I have like one pair which I keep in here. This is my swimming costume. In here I have a like tankini swimming costume, which I don't wear that often, but it's an extra one. In this compartment here I normally have my bras, which are like stacked sort of this way, but they're in the wash just now apart from the one I'm wearing, so I don't have any to show you at the moment, but they kind of stack upright like this. And I always have a few scented candles in this drawer just to make it smell lovely. What have I got? This one, Honey Blossom, and this one is Cranberry Ice, and I just kind of pop them in different compartments just to make it smell nice. And at the side here I have this little bag here where I keep hair baubles and clips and things for me and the girls. It's just nice and handy because it's in the top drawer and I can access it really easily when I'm doing their hair or my hair. Okay, so as I said, I have 3 drawers within my chest of drawers. It's actually a set of 6 drawers. Andrew has 3 and I have the other 3, and I have the underwear one at the top because that's the one I use most often. The next one down I have pyjamas and loungewear. By loungewear I mean like comfies, like joggies and baggy t-shirts and things, because I'm a stay-at-home mum at the moment and I spend a lot of time at home, and if I'm not going anywhere I tend to like just want to put on comfy things, which that's just what I do. So that is the thing I use the most at the moment, so I put that in the second drawer down so that it's the most easily accessible. Now you can tailor this to whatever your needs are, so if you work you might want to have your workwear in there, if you do a lot of sports you might want to have your sportswear. Put in whatever you're going to be using most frequently in the most easily accessible place. Okay, so let's show you the next drawer. So this is drawer number 2, the second drawer down, and as I said I keep this as like the second drawer down because it's the one I probably use more frequently and it's much easier to get to. So on this side I have all my vest tops, and I've said in my last video I wear vest tops most days under clothing just to keep me warm because we live in Scotland. So I have loads of those in lots of different colours, and I fold my clothes vertically and have them upright here. If you're interested in seeing how I fold clothes, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise I won't go into that in case it bores you. My vest tops get kept here. You'll notice that I have them stored at the moment from light to dark. That is more visually appealing and looks nice and is nice when you go into your drawer. However, it's not necessary. I've done it just now because I had time. If I'm in a rush or I can't be bothered, I don't always do it. It's not necessary. It's more important that your space is practical and easy to use than looks nice. But if you have the time, then it's something nice to do, is just to have them light to dark, and it also helps you find them as well. These are my fleecy pyjama bottoms, which are like my favourite lounging about pyjama bottoms. I have some comfy t-shirts, some vest tops I wear to bed, and a pair of cosy winter pyjamas. And that is this drawer. There's normally a few more things here, but it is wash day today, so my drawers aren't as full as they are normally. Okay, the last of my 3 drawers is the one at the bottom, and that is where I keep the clothes that I wear outside of the home. So things like jeans, trousers, dressier tops, that kind of thing, and they go in the bottom drawer because I probably use them least frequently, maybe. So I'm going to show you that drawer and talk you through that. So this is my last drawer, the bottom drawer, and these are the clothes that I would wear outside of the home. Down this side I have tops and this side I have bottoms. So here I have some leggings, a couple of pairs of jeans, these are just like a khaki coloured pair of trousers, and I have a pair of workout trousers which don't get worn very often, so they're at the back. These clothes are all stored vertically as well. As I said, I'm not going to go into how I fold them, but if that is something that you're interested in seeing, I can do a video on that. Most of the clothes in here are clothes that aren't going to get creased by being rolled up like this. There is a couple of exceptions. I've got a couple of shirts here, my denim shirt and my check shirt, which I wouldn't wear straight from the drawer. Once that was ironed, I would hang it up to keep the creases away, but I haven't had the chance to iron these yet, so rather than them sitting in an ironing pile, I prefer just to roll them up and have them kept in the drawer, and then when I get the chance to iron them, I'll take them out. But rather than have them sitting waiting to be ironed, I'll just put them away in the drawer so that they're tidy. And then once they have been ironed, they'll get hung up in the wardrobe. Okay, so now I have shown you inside the drawers, I will move on to the wardrobe. So the wardrobe that we use is the one behind us. It is a built-in wardrobe, and I share it with my partner Andrew. He has one half and I have the other half. The space is probably about 1 metre wide, and that is what I use for hanging up clothes that I don't want to get creased by folding up in a drawer. So within the wardrobe I have a shelf above the clothing rail, and I use it for storage, not for clothing, so I'm not going to bother showing you that. And at the bottom of the wardrobe I have a great big bag that I use for putting in gifts that I've talked about in a previous video. I told you that I have like a bag that I keep lots of little gift items so that if somebody's birthday comes up I have things to hand, and I keep it in there just because it's nice and hidden from like the kids. So within my wardrobe I use these hangers, and I really recommend these. I got these in Home Bargains. You can get them in Poundland and I can't think where else, probably like Argos and places like that. Lakeland do them, but I think they're a bit more expensive. Home Bargains is the cheapest place I've found to buy them, and they are really thin. I hope you can see in the camera. They are really, really thin, and they are flock covered. I've chosen black, but you get them in a range of different colours. And the good thing about them is because they're flock covered, they have that kind of velvety feeling that means that shiny clothes like silk or light loose clothing like this shirt's really light, they aren't going to slide off the hanger like they would in a metal or plastic hanger. They really stick to it. They've got these bits here. I'll put them against my white shirt so you can see. If you were hanging up like strappy items, and because they're really thin, they don't take up much room at all. And I just think it's really nice to have a set of hangers that are all the same, because it makes everything look much more uniform and neat and tidy within the wardrobe. Also, you have the option to put trousers over them or to hang like shirts and tops and things. So they're very versatile. If you buy a pack of these, you can basically use them for everything. Something else I do that you might want to try, a little tip, is I hang my items in the wardrobe. Once I've cleared out my wardrobe and organised it all, I hang everything this way so that when I go into the wardrobe, this bit is facing me, which isn't the natural way to take out clothes, because obviously it unhooks this way. That way isn't the natural way that you would take it out, but I keep them all that way, and when I take it out to wear the item, when I put it back in, I put it back in that way. And then at the end of 6 months, a year, whenever I'm doing my next clear out, if there are any items that are still on the hanger this way, then I know that I haven't worn them in the last 6 months, a year, whatever, and then I can look at whether it is worth keeping the item. So that is a little tip just to kind of let you know if you've been wearing the items or not, because sometimes you lose track and you think you've worn them more recently than you have, or you feel like you haven't worn them for very recently, but actually if it's turned that way, you think, oh, I have worn them in the last 6 months, I must have forgotten or whatever. So yeah, that's something that I like to do. I also have mini versions of these hangers for the girls. They're actually a little bit too small for Caitlin now. I had them for Caitlin when she was little, and what's Caitlin now, 9, and her clothes are too big, they just kind of fall off these now. So Elle has these in her wardrobe now, and Caitlin is 9, and I got them when she was about 3 or 4, I think. So they've lasted really well. So I would recommend them. I got these off of Amazon, I think. I'll try and put a link below if I can find one. And they come in loads of different colours, and like I say, they keep everything uniform. They're really thin, so they don't take up much room, and they're so versatile because you can use them for trousers, dresses, whatever. The only thing that you can't use them for is like for clip-in items, like Caitlin's shorts, school shorts and things like that. But you can actually buy clips to attach on. You can use clothes pegs, or you can just keep hangers that you get from the shop with clips on just specifically for those items. So yeah, Caitlin has now moved on to the bigger hangers because her clothes are bigger. You can see the difference in size, but these are really pretty, and I think they make the wardrobe look really nice too. Okay, the last thing within sort of the wardrobe category would be accessories, so like bags, shoes, belts, that kind of thing, and I'm going to show you how I store them. Okay, so this is the storage box that I keep under my bed. It is just a flat plastic box. It has a lid to stop it getting dusty, and because it gets quite dusty, and it just gets pushed under my bed and pulled out when I need it. And this is where I keep my clutch bags, belts, shoes. As I've said before, I don't have loads of different shoes and bags and things. I have a couple of pairs of shoes which are down in my shoe cupboard downstairs just because I've been wearing them quite recently and haven't brought them back up yet. But this is where I keep them all. A lid goes on top and it just gets pushed under, and whenever I need it, I pull it out and I can just easily access what I need. So that is where I keep my bags, shoes and belts. So I just wanted to come back and talk about something I touched on earlier in the video, and that was storage solutions. So I don't want you to get hung up on going out and buying storage solutions just to have what I have. You don't need drawer dividers and you don't need fancy hangers. Work with what you've got. And then once you have got everything organised with what you have, then you can gradually start to get other things that are going to make your life a little bit more easy. Another thing is you get so many beautiful storage solutions that are really pretty and make your wardrobe and your drawers and things like that look lovely, but don't get too hung up on that. It is lovely to have them looking all neat and beautiful, but make practicality your priority. Make your space work for you in a practical sense first, and then make it pretty afterwards, if that's something you want to do. I mean, it's not necessary. Also, don't think just because you don't have the same amount of space as I have or as anyone else has that you can't be organised. You can make whatever space you have work for you. If you don't have drawers but you just have boxes, use them. Use whatever you've got to your advantage. When we first moved here, I didn't have any chest of drawers, but we had the built-in wardrobes, and I bought this just to show you as an example. It hangs in the wardrobe, This bit attaches to the clothing rail, and inside it has these compartments, and actually Caitlin has a very similar one in her wardrobe in her room, and all I did was fold my clothes and put them in each of these compartments. Now obviously the vertical folding method isn't going to work in here because they're going to have to stack on top of each other, but that's fine because you're still going to be able to see what's within each compartment because of the nature of the compartment. So yeah, that's what I had instead of drawers. It worked at the time. Once we had drawers, then that worked better for me, but just work with what you have and make it work for you. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, then please pop them below in the comments. As always, I would love to hear your ideas of how you like to organise or your comments on this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it would be lovely if you'd subscribe. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up so that I know to make more of this kind of video. And if you found it helpful, it would be great if you shared it with your friends so that they can watch it too. Next week's video, I am going to share with you how I shop for a capsule wardrobe. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you all soon.